Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we are tackling a massive, universal puzzle of modern life: why so many people stay completely broke even though they are working incredibly hard. And to make this really accessible and fun, we're going to use some simple stick illustrations to break down exactly why true financial freedom is all about your daily habits and not just bagging a massive salary. Okay, let's just dive right into this. You know, most people work for money their entire lives, yet they still struggle financially. It kind of challenges that deeply ingrained idea we all grew up with, right? The idea that if you just keep your head down and work hard, you'll eventually be secure. But for so many folks out there, that simply isn't true. So we really have to ask the big question, why? Well, the reason is actually startlingly simple. Picture our very first simple stick illustration: a little stick figure trapped on a giant hamster wheel. What exactly are they doing? They earn money, they spend that money, and then they just repeat the cycle over and over. Earn, spend, repeat. They are totally trapped in this endless loop, never actually moving forward financially, just exhausting themselves to keep that wheel spinning. That brings us to our first core concept: assets versus liabilities. Financial freedom truly begins the very second you understand one incredibly simple difference, and it starts with what an asset actually is. An asset is simply something that puts money into your pocket. Imagine our happy little stick figure walking along. An asset is literally placing dollar bills directly into their pocket. And the best part? They don't have to run on that exhausting hamster wheel to get it. So, what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, here are some crystal clear examples of pocket-filling assets. Owning a business, investing in stocks, having a rental property, or, even something as simple as a savings account that's earning interest. All of these act as totally independent mechanisms that just drop money straight into our stick figure protagonist's pocket. Basically, they do the heavy lifting for you. But then we have the flip side. In stark contrast to an asset, a liability takes money out of your pocket. Now picture our stick figure looking pretty distressed. Their pockets are completely turned inside out, totally empty, and their hard-earned money has literally grown little wings and is flying away. That is a liability. It actively, constantly drains your resources. And what exactly are those drains? Think about a massive loan for some expensive item you just had to have, piling up credit card debt, or a car with crazy high maintenance costs. These things require a constant, never-ending feed of your money just to keep them going. They're basically giant holes in your pocket, letting the cash slip right out and forcing you right back onto that hamster wheel to replace it. So it all comes down to a straightforward battle of the pockets. An asset means money is flowing in, a liability means money is flowing out. The whole shebang boils down to this fundamental dynamic. You are either gathering money or you are losing it, completely based on which one of these you build your life around. Let's move on to our next big point. Income does not equal wealth. Now, there is a massive, incredibly common trap that we absolutely have to avoid. It's the misconception that just earning more automatically makes you wealthy. So many people increase their income, but they immediately increase their spending to match it. They get a nice raise and boom, they instantly buy a bigger car, a much more expensive phone, or a larger house. Their salary grows for sure, but their actual wealth, the money actually staying in their pocket, doesn't budge. This is called lifestyle creep, and all it does is keep that hamster wheel spinning, just at a slightly faster, maybe more glamorous pace. Let's put some hard numbers to use to make it crystal clear. Imagine a new stick figure. Let's call him Person B. And Person B brings in a hefty $1,000 every single month. This brilliantly illustrates the core argument we're making here. Let's compare two people. We have Person A, who earns only half as much, $500 a month, but they actually managed to save $100 of it. Then we have Person B, pulling in double at $1,000 a month, but spending absolutely every penny. The undeniable reality? At the end of 1 year, Person A has real savings. Person B, despite making way more, has absolutely nothing. Zero. Which brings us to a truly powerful realization. Wealth is not measured by how much money you earn. Wealth is measured by how much money you keep and grow. Think about it. Person B had the much higher income, but that didn't create wealth at all. The habit of actually keeping the money did. And that leads us perfectly into the magic of compound interest. Now, I know the term compound interest can sound super intimidating, but it breaks down really simply. It is literally just when you invest your money and your returns start earning returns too. It isn't just your original money working hard for you anymore. It's like the new money goes out and gets jobs of its own. So the absolutely crucial point is in the math. Let's say you invest $100 and earn 10%. In year one, you earn that 10%. And boom, you now have $110. But year two is where the real magic happens. You earn 10% on the $110, not your original 100. Your baseline has grown, and your growth is officially compounding. Because of exactly how this math works, over time, this growth becomes incredibly powerful. That is exactly why so many successful investors start early. In fact, time matters way more than stressing out trying to find the absolutely perfect foolproof investment. Giving your money the years required to let returns build upon returns is literally the ultimate secret weapon for financial success. So, how do we pull this off? Let's look at 3 steps to freedom. If you really want to get off that endless hamster wheel, here are 3 highly actionable rules you can start using today. Step 1, spend less than you earn. That creates the gap you need. Step 2, avoid unnecessary debt. That stops those liabilities from draining your pockets dry. And step 3, invest consistently, even if the amount is really small. That kicks off the entire compound interest machine. It is a wonderfully straightforward guide that anyone can follow. To wrap up the main ideas we've covered today, I want you to remember this fundamental truth. Money is not about how much you make. It is entirely about how well you manage what you have. As we saw with our 2 stick figures earlier, management always outpaces simple income. And the earlier you start applying these solid management habits, the greater the results will be down the road. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. We've seen the stick figure trapped on the exhausting hamster wheel of earning and spending. We've seen the stick figure with empty pockets being totally drained by liabilities. And we've seen the stick figure who saves, invests, and lets compound interest steadily fill their pockets over time. So my final question to you is this. Based on the habits you are practicing right now, today, which stick figure are you currently drawing for your own future? Really think about that as you go through your week. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.